No, it's fine. So I actually should have prepped the pot or the tray before, but I didn't. So this tray here, I got it from Hannes. This was actually made from Caesar stone. So the Caesar stone had like glitter in it, so that you don't want glitter. Guideline, one of the guidelines, you don't want glitter. So Hannes actually painted it and he used it for another composition that he took apart afterward. And I nagged him for this because I knew this is the ideal pot. You will also see that the coloring matches the bark of the Buddleja. So I'm just going to put a small layer of soil in there. Then I'm going to start packing my trees and my rocks. So I think the Drakensberg, this looks kind of that the head, eh? Okay. As I do this, I'm already creating a line. Okay? So all the rocks must follow that line. You can't have one of the rocks going like this now, because that is not the line. The line is running like that, flat and parallel with the pot. So I'm looking now for something, one of the trees that can match there. So the rocks must interlink. That is nearly a fit there, but let's see if there's something else. I'm trying to do this now in reverse. It's quite difficult because I actually don't want to turn my back on you guys yet. Okay, I need a little bit more soil there. My best friend and master, Hannes Fritz, is here in the background helping me to get the trees out of the pot, opening the roots and just cut away all the long ends so that I can see what I'm working on. How those two look? Do they look all right there? Okay. And I'm believing you guys, eh? If I come around this way now and you will lie to me, I've got rocks in my hand. So if you fall asleep, I've got rocks. Look at that. Yeah. Let's try to turn it around. I think this side is more interesting. No. Let's see if I can use this one here, because this is kind of a highlight. So I can either use it on the side or on that side. Let's see. Ah, there it is. So, one of the other things that I must mention, the guidelines. If you go and pick up rocks, if you go do rock hunting, it was always a strange word of rock hunting, because you know it's not really like they run or whatever. But if you go and do rock hunting, make sure that you pick up the rocks in the same area. Even I would say even 10 meters, if you can get them about 10 meters apart. In a 10-meter radius, maybe even a little bit further, you will see these rocks came from the same place. If you look at, for instance, the one here and this one here, there's a slight difference already. Pick up a group. Pick up big rocks. Pick up smaller rocks. if you're going to do a nice landscape with smaller trees, you're going to need those size rocks as well. And you can't put, just for interesting sakes, if you take fish tank pebbles, you put fish tank pebbles on there, it will never look right. Let's see if I can get this one in somewhere. So white rocks are made for the graveyard, not for not for African landscape. And plastic flowers, yes. White rocks and plastic flowers. I think I will do that next time. So another guideline, like you mentioned there, if you're going to add flowers, don't put pansies that's this big in a pot. Imagine how big that pansy must be in reality. It looks like something out of Leverhaxie, those sunflowers of Leverhaxie. It will never work properly. Let me just go that side quickly. Turn my back on you for once. Yes, I must get this one in. Must get it in. I want to see if I can swap something out, but that one fitted so nicely in there. Maybe. Ah. What I'm also trying here is to match this grey part here. It will look odd if that one was sitting that side. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Hannes, are you winning that side, eh? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that is that for now. Have you guys realized that usually where you get Buddleja, you will also get olives? They grow in the same area. They like the same kind of soil. So everything that I'm saying here, you can also use on your olives. If you get Buddleja, you'll get olives, but it doesn't always say if you get olives, you're going to get Buddleja. There's a good chance, but it's not guaranteed. Okay, I'm nearly done with the rocks. How do I stop rot? Okay, so a very, very good draining soil. This is my soil mix that I got. Oh, carving. I don't do carving on Buddlejas. No. You can. Kathy's got that magnificent carved. They slowly rot away. So I don't do that. Yeah, and on hindsight, I thought, why am I bringing Buddlejas to Durban? Because they don't really Yes, yes. Just enjoy it while it's there. That's the thing. Don't go and use varnish or something like that. It doesn't work. Nice, okay. Okay. Let's see if I can stack something together here. I'm going to come to the turn my back on you guys yet. I wanted to use your table, but I'm not sure it's going to be stable enough.
It's a big table. It's a big one.
Does it look natural? Is there something that sticks out like a sore thumb? Too flat. Okay. So
Therefore, you can use that turntable. You'll take the weight of it.
I just wanted to got this gray line again that I need to match. There? Okay, so yeah, I agree with you. Let's go down at the end. So another tip is I'd rather have more rocks than too little. I think that will do for now. It's just a little bit, this rock was collected like this, but it looks artificial there. It looks like it's too sharp, too smooth. Yes, if I can get this one in there. Where's the line? There's the line. Is that too much? Too much, eh? Too okay. Okay, so it's going to be this one. Okay, so we also don't want the rocks to look loose on top of this wall. Because what was first? The tree or the mountain? The mountain were there first. So you can't, I don't know exactly who it was. I think it was Duncan that if you came with a rock on top of a loose lying rock, top of your soil, he would wanted to throw you with it, but I won't do it today. So anyway, let's go on. Okay, so first step, done. Second step. Does it look good? Okay, now I need to start selecting my trees. If you do a group like this, that's going to give you a completed picture. I'm not talking about something like a savanna. I like to do a group that's nicely, that looks like it's been there forever, like a bush where seeds fell, the tree started growing there, and more seeds fell, and the tree started growing from there again. So obviously this is going to be my center tree because this is going to be the biggest one. It's quite a nice tree. You can maybe put it in a pot like that. But if you look at it this way, you will see it's quite two-dimensional. You see there? It's quite two-dimensional. From there it looks awesome, but as soon as you turn it, you can see it's quite flat. I also lost quite a few branches when I recuperated these trees, resurrected these trees. You can also see all that nice moves and curves that the tree have. Now, this is the way that I always plant my trees. I start off with a little mountain of soil. I didn't put grit in here, like pebble grit on the sifts, because you don't need it. This tray is so shallow that the soil is going to dry so quickly. So if you put a layer of grit below the soil, you're going to take up that much space already. I'm using organic this time. On my next demo tomorrow, your all favorite demo is going to be tomorrow, literati. Who likes literati? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Can I convince you tomorrow, please? Give me a chance tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to try to find a tree that fits nicely into this one. So this is going to be the daddy tree. Now we're going to go for the mommy tree. And I want to get those two first trees as close as possible to each other. Yeah, I think I see something. Usually when I go and demo on other people's trees, I would say that I'm not scared of cutting off branches because it's not my tree. But now I must think twice. Okay, this one is going. Poof. I placed the two trees very close to each other. And then as I work, they're drifting apart. And when I'm done with my composition, I say, but those two trees were so close to each other. Well, how did that happen? So I'm not going to make that same mistake again. Rubber tape. I actually fell in love with this rubber tape when I was doing the junipers, because it's difficult to wind raffia around a tree. I didn't have the skill at that moment. Maybe if I persisted, I would have been good with it anyway. But this is that self-vulcanizing rubber tape. So it will stick to itself, but it won't stick to the object. Just want to keep them together for now. And if you pull the tape until it breaks and you hold your finger on it for a little while, it will actually bond to the other piece. This looks okay. Maybe too much there. Let's get rid of something there. Okay, I'll do it a little bit later. More soil. Okay. So this is the most important step, to get that first tree exactly right, in the right place. And you take your time with this one. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait the whole season before you can dismantle it again. This is a very good time of the year to work on Buddlejas and olives. Repotting. They start growing by us. I think they probably grow all the time here in Durban. But they started growing again this time of year. Okay, I'm just removing a few branches just to follow that shape. I don't actually like this front branch here. Many told me or told us that cut. Don't be scared to cut. Otherwise, you're going to take another few years. You're going to cut. After 10 years, you're still going to, that branch is still going to bother you. Unfortunately, these branches can't be wired anymore. They're too brittle. I broke quite a few branches on these already. You can see there has been some wiring. You see this new growth there. Yeah. Okay. Next tree. Does it look all right from that side? Does it look okay? Vicky? Okay. Like I say, that's just going to be on the horizon. Okay, that is the idea. Hopefully, when my picture is complete, it will look like the perspective is actually going to the back. I hope it's going to work. Okay. Let's see where this one will fit nicely. Let me just turn this around. 2 seconds.
Stefann, I'm just going to make a little bit of noise, okay?
Yeah, that's perfect. I'm not 100% sure if that is the way that I want to go. Does that look okay? Not yet? You may say no. So again, the whole idea is for the next tree that from the mother or father tree, the seed fell, the tree came up, and it started looking for light because it needs light to grow. So I'm not going to put, for instance, a tree inside here like that. It will never grow there. In the beginning, it will maybe survive, and then it will die. That's another guideline. Yes, like I was thinking even of cutting that one away and just leave that part, but it will be sore to do that. It will be very sore to do that. Let's see if I can wangle this thing in here without doing it. You must always note, keep in mind the spacing behind the trees. Our human eye wants to put things in order. And many times when I've done a composition, when I stand back, all the trees, the spacing between the trees are all the same. Then it starts looking unnatural. So the more actually the more chaotic, random the trees are, the better. But you must also look at movement to make sure that the tree moves in the same direction. The wind that catches this tree will also be the wind that catches this tree. Will also be the wind that catches that tree. I think we're starting to get there, eh? Quite in front. Now I'm going to start with placing my smaller trees. Will this tree look nice there? It will, but it doesn't suit there because our smaller trees is more at the back. I want to try something and see if I can get it right, if I have the right trees for that. I'm not counting my trees. If you want to be very critical, you're going to start counting the trees and say, okay, but there is 115 trees in this forest. Yeah, I counted them before. Yeah, did you? Did you? But at some stage, you're going to stop counting. It won't matter if you're going to have 3 trees. If you're not going to have 4 trees, you're going to have 3 trees. You maybe won't have 6 trees. You're going to have 5 trees. But when it gets to the bigger amount of trees, you're not going to be that critical and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe it's the right way. Maybe if Master Kimura came here and he will say, okay, but that's a mistake. How many trees are there? You didn't? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Must I throw this one? You also don't have to use all the trees. If you feel it's done, it's done. You just want the ones that I'm not using. You want to take them home. And they will fit in your suitcase. I also want to create a bit of negative space on the side for a reason that I'll get to just now. Thank you. I actually wanted to work this side as well. Okay, smaller trees, where are they? maybe one here in the back, just to create some kind of a okay, that one's not going to work. Ah, nice little literati. That one, just make sure. I've got a big gap here. I need something in the back. This one is broken. I don't know who wants to try to keep it alive. I'm not going to use it. I really just need something just to fill up a little bit of space at the back without closing my mountain. Okay, I'm going to start tying this down. Just to keep the trees in position while I'm filling it up with soil. Oh, I forgot. I actually want to put another tree in there. Just to put a little bit of perspective into it. I think I'm going to put the juniper there on the side. Okay, thank you. Yes. That's another guideline. Put trees together that belongs together. Don't go and put a juniper in there. Don't go and put a juniper in there. If you want to do a juniper composition, do a juniper composition. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Hannes, for helping me there. I think I want to lift this rock at the back a bit. It's going to look a bit ugly with the wires on top, but after a season or so, I can remove the wires. Any questions so far? Very. It's very heavy. It is very heavy. I actually make cradles for my other groupings. I've got a big monkey fawn group that is about this big. So I've got a cradle that I carry it around with. And the cradle also double purpose for a table as well. So if you put it on a table, it looks quite nice. But I didn't make one for this. Okay, so I've got grit. This kind of grit, I got it from one of our club members. So it's one part grit, 1 part compost. Then I've got you can put a half a part charcoal. You can use bright charcoal, but don't use briquettes. Don't use briquettes because briquettes got paraffin in it, and it will kill your tree. But the normal bright charcoal works. You can crush it a little bit, and then you put it in. I had trees that actually grew roots through the charcoal. And then I've got agricultural lime, some bone meal, a hand or two bone meal, and a hand or two blood meal. Okay. If you're lucky, you get it somewhere. I think one of our members brought a few bags. Yeah, if you're lucky, you get it. But you must also be careful. But as soon as you put blood meal in your soil mix, you are putting bait out for all the cats and the dogs in the area. So be careful of that. When Flip Kotze, Sean spoke about when Flip Kotze's trees, he actually gave us a recipe to make these little cookies. And we had a rat infestation, cat, anything, birds, everything just went for that. So I stopped using it. I still think I got a Tupperware full of it at home. But if we want to spend a lot of hours, we can talk about soil mix. And everybody will have their own soil mix that they believe in. Okay, so I made a bit of a spider web here just to keep all the trees together. I know. Okay. Just to keep all the trees together. I know it looks messy, but it's important to do that.
Just another question. Are you going to plant a ground cover sort of mossy thing?
I'm going to put a few thingies in here.
Otherwise, if you keep watering, it's going to move the soil.
Not the ones that I'm using. I will show you, yeah. Not the ones that I'm using. So I also added this little tree here, just in this negative space, just a little there. I don't know if it looks out of proportion.
I would take it away.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, laat ek 'n bietjie weg staan. Okay.
And stay still. Thank you.
Okay.
Now for us.
Okay.
Now for us. And look handsome. For the whole of Cape Town.
Okay, nice. Okay. How much time do I have left? 15 minutes. Okay, I added the moss here in the front. I want to show you now. Maybe it's going to work, maybe it's not going to work. We don't know. But it is, I think it will. 45 minutes. Okay, so I can still, I've got a bit of time left. Obviously, when I water this, I will water the soil down a bit so it will settle. Okay. Some people will tell you that you should not add any plants to Saikei. It is just the trees and the soil and the rocks. But I do. So I've got a few plants here. What is vygies in English? Vygies. Vygies. So exactly that, yes. So just say that again. Okay. So what I realized with these are, they are a little bit big, but they don't cover the soil as much so that the water can't penetrate. Again, this is quite big, so I want it close to the front rather. Let me just check here if everything is nice and Settle down. Got a little brush. I'm going to clean off some of the soil here. Just before I put that, I just see a hole there. Okay, I think I'm done with that. Then I've got Haorphias. That is going to, I hope it's going to look like an aloe. One of these big aloes like a gigantus or a spectabilis or something like that. I'm not so very good with the names. Yeah? Nee, te groot. Okay. Next one.
I don't think you actually need anything.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe something.
I like it as it is because it's so
There's something small. Okay. Again, if you're going to use plants that's going to be local. It's going to you won't use something that is not indigenous in this case. You won't use something exotic. So in that case, if I'm not allowed to use the plants, yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to put it in. I agree with you. I'm not going to put it in. I agree with you guys. I like this negative space here. I would have loved a bit more moss, maybe this side. Then I brought a few things here, toys. I actually forgot, I actually got a garden gnome. That is also one of the guidelines that I wanted to use. Just put a garden gnome there. So it's not going to use it. Yeah, Bushman will be nice. Yeah. So I've got this very realistic looking animals. I've got elephants. But again now, if you put the elephants there, how big this tree must be. It looks nice. It's okay. It looks okay. But in proportion, it's not going to work. So I also got these. And just a bit of contrast. I wanted to give them something to graze on. Without overwhelming it. And you must put it in a way that when you see them, it must look like they saw you first. Thank you. Thank you. At last. Yeah, I'm going to have to. I'm going to swing it around slowly. Just take this bag out of the way. It's ugly bag. I actually got a little baboon as well, but I don't know. I misplaced it. Nee, ek nie luiperd nie. The baboon. Okay. I think I ran out of demo. So If it's okay with you, I think I'm done.